I didn't have internet access on my computer, so I used my phone, and I was tweeting a lot that summer, and I started realizing like, oh, I can reach out to recruiters on Twitter. And a number of them would respond and say, hey, send your resume. And I was like, sure. And that's how I got from my mom's couch in Springfield, Massachusetts to San Jose, California after graduation, working for Google as a technical recruiter. So my name is Joshua Encarnacion. I always stop people to do the Encarnacion. So I was born in Manhattan, New York. Mommy was born in Queens, New York. And I was semi-raised in New York. I actually spent a lot of time between New York and Massachusetts. And every time I'd visit New York, I would be visiting my grandmother and my uncles who essentially raised me. Because my father, when we moved to Lawrence, when I was 9 years old, was deported. And so my mother would raise me with the support and guidance of her mother, my grandmother, who barely spoke any English. The college football coach introduces me to college now at the University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth, which is a program. And so I started studying, and I was in the College of Engineering because of the College Now program. But at the end of my sophomore year, I was like, this isn't me. And so I switched to the School of Business. And that's where I met probably the most influential person in my life, my mentor till this day. He asked me one question that kind of shifted it all for me, which I think is what enabled my tech career. He looked at me and he said, look, I can tell you are gonna work hard regardless of what you do. What do you wanna do? And he meant it. I told him, I was like, look, I don't wanna be an engineer, but I wanna manage engineers. Having accepted that in that class, I was like, okay, cool. I don't want to necessarily have to be the person that figures everything out, but if I can get the team to come together to figure things out and communicate clearly, then that's a skill. There's definitely a misconception that if you don't have hard coding skills, you don't have a job in the tech industry. That's not true. Early on in my career, I had strong faith in the fact that communication skills matter. There's accounting, there's finance, there's marketing, there's recruiting, there's sales, there's all types of roles that Black and brown people are really good at. We're all really good at being people and keeping things human, and that's what the tech industry needs. So what does it mean to be Latino at the tech companies I've worked at, on the job, in the office? And what that means to me is if I just show up as who I am, I'm making a difference. And every day I had to remind myself, I'm still lucky. And every day I had to remind myself, I'm in a privileged position. I'm a tech industry professional, proud Dominicano, East Coaster on the West Coast. I definitely love to read, but I also love to dance bachata. Even with all that said, I'm much more than that.